I talked to the last class about this a lot. Yes, it's diverse in that there are so many cultures and ethnicities in Chicago, but with that being said, it's incredibly segregated. So it's one of the most segregated cities in the country, and it's segregated geographically, right? So like in New York, you might be in a neighborhood that's like an Italian neighborhood or a Hispanic neighborhood, but right next to it would be not. Here, it's not that way. Pretty much. So if you think of Chicago like a long strip, along the east side is the lake, okay? Then there's the downtown that's called the Loop, and then you have the north side, the west side, and the south side. The Loop, where the downtown is where people work. People don't live there. The north side is primarily white people. The west side is Hispanic people. The south side is African American people. And like, that sounds really harsh, but that's the reality of it. It's very separate. You would be very hard pressed to find on the south side a white or Hispanic person. And that kind of goes along for each side. So I told the last class when I taught on the south side. So my school was 100% African American. There was not a single white student or Hispanic student in the entire school. And that was not rare. That was pretty much the norm. Like my students would tell me like, and they would always reference Degrassi. Like they were like, I wish we had a school like Degrassi because then I would know like, I don't know what other cultures were like. So it's super segregated. With that being said, no one, if you were in those neighborhoods, would be mean to you. They would just probably presume you were a teacher. And on the north side, I think it is pretty terrible that if someone of a different ethnicity is in certain neighborhoods, it's suspect, which like that's the reality of it. So currently I live in a neighborhood called Lakeview. It's right by the lake. And there's been an increase in robberies. And so there's a huge uproar in the neighborhood that there are people of different ethnicities in the neighborhood. And what does that mean? And we need to increase police presence. And like, I mean, it's not good. And that's the reality of like the landscape of Chicago. And people who work within the social justice movement, myself being one of them, are incredibly aware of that and are trying to make change in whatever way that we can. And I could go into that.